Hello everybody, James here. I just want to take a moment of your time because I love YouTube, and I'm sure that you love YouTube too. I probably consume more content on YouTube nowadays than any other medium, including traditional television. It's my go-to app on my computer, on my mobile device, on my TV, pretty much any time. And what I love about YouTube is the breadth of content available, largely made by normal people like you or I. Normal people who can use YouTube to get their message and their word and content and their creativity across, and as a platform to subsidize their income and sometimes even make a whole living from creating content that people love. From the channel that shares cat videos, to the bunch of friends having a laugh, to the guy who comments on his football team each week, to the comedian who is sharing a few jokes, there's something for everybody on YouTube. But there's an undercurrent of badness within this community of creators and sharers, and you may have heard of the term freebooting. It sounds like a modern made-up word, but it actually comes from pirate days, yarr. Basically, freebooting in its current context has been adopted to refer to ripping a video from YouTube or elsewhere and re-uploading the full thing as though it's your own original content without obtaining permission or giving credit in order to leech your own new likes, followers and subscribers, and often ad revenue. More recently, this has become a massive issue on Facebook, where some reports suggest that around about 75% of the most popular videos on Facebook are essentially stolen from elsewhere, but it remains a huge issue on YouTube too. There's a lot of good videos from better people with bigger followings than me that exist on the subject that will explain the concept and the problem way better than I can, so do check the links in the description to follow some of those and to see what the wider issue is. I recommend, for instance, watching the ones from Smarter Every Day, In a Nutshell, and an amusing look at the issue from Brock Baker too. Now, I have a YouTube channel. It's a small one that I set up some years ago, mainly to share memories and fun stuff I've done, and it's something I keep trying to get into doing properly before life suddenly takes over each time and it gets knocked to one side. Over 3 million views and a few thousand subscribers later, it does make up a very small part of my life and work, and even a small amount of my income. I work for myself and I'm essentially my own business, so primarily I do a lot of client work for various things and create content in various places, including a lot of voluntary work for local causes and community projects. I do make a small amount of revenue from some of the videos on my YouTube channel, which is part of my business, because my business is me. It's not a living wage or anything. I'm not PewDiePie or Ray William Johnson or anything, and I'm certainly not a magically brilliant director of cutting-edge brilliant content. But if I have a slow month of client work, or if I'm concentrating on some voluntary good cause stuff for a while, the small, and I mean small, amounts of YouTube revenue can occasionally mean a difference between putting food on the table or not. So imagine my surprise when recently I was a victim of freebooting, and to a shocking extent. It's happened to a lesser extent a few times in the past, but on this occasion a fairly inconsequential video I uploaded started appearing in my Facebook and Twitter feeds, again and again and again, from different sources. I stopped counting when I got to about 28 different Facebook pages and YouTube channels who had literally ripped a video I made and uploaded it to their own platform. The full video, the whole thing, unedited from start to finish, no commentary, no transformation, nothing. Not one, not a single one had asked my permission to do so, and not a single one had given credit of where they have gotten their video from. Imagine going into the Louvre, ripping the Mona Lisa off the wall, going to your own gallery across the road, displaying it and proclaiming, "This is mine! I made this! Look at this! Look what I've done! This is mine!" I was flattered at first, but as more and more rips started appearing, it became a bit frustrating. I began reaching out and for over 24 hours just tried to speak with the people responsible. The vast majority just didn't respond. Of those that did respond, the response was either like, yeah, whatever, go away, or in the case of one guy, just fuck off. A quick look over some of the channels and pages involved showed that their whole reason for existing is to take other people's videos and freeboot them as their own. Now, if this is happening to such a tiny channel as mine, imagine what it's like for some of the guys who really do make a living from YouTube videos. Without anywhere else to go, with more and more ripped videos popping up, and with my own video views stalling, while some of the ripped video views started getting hundreds of thousands of views, I went to YouTube and Facebook for help. Now, they gave me some good help and advice, and eventually, they took down the ripped off content. Now, I wasn't going to comment on any of this at all. It was just something that happened in the background and move on. But it's now led to an interesting situation, and one where some of those who've ripped the content and eventually got sanctioned by YouTube or Facebook are now playing the victim. See, I've had a ridiculous amount of abuse from certain quarters, and one page has even posted in multiple language encouraging their followers to harass me on my own social channels and via email. And lots of people have been creating their own strange justification for why somebody should essentially steal content. It'll spread the word, some people say. It's a video that should be seen elsewhere, and they were doing a good thing by showing it to a bigger audience. Yeah, it's a strange concept because the original source video on my channel hasn't stopped existing. It's still there, it's still entirely free to view, and you can still watch it pretty much worldwide. Nothing's been taken away. Even though YouTube and Facebook have removed the ripped copies, the video is still there for you to watch right now on my channel. And YouTube have the functionality that allows you to easily share the source material, and you can post it or embed it elsewhere. It takes much more effort to rip the video and re-upload it. So those saying a video should be seen more or whatever, yeah, do so. Share the original link with your friends, on your social networks, wherever, in the right way. It doesn't need ripping and re-uploading elsewhere without permission or acknowledgement in the first place, at all. There's literally no reason whatsoever for freebooting other than for the selfish purposes on behalf of those who do it. I'm not averse to sharing my content with other channels or creators either. Fair use laws dictate how and when that can easily be done. And this is the key word, fairly, and of course within the law. In the past, people have contacted me to ask whether they can use part of my video in their own content, and I've been receptive to good ideas. I've even had some of my YouTube videos used in programs on a BBC and Channel 4, and on the same token, I've shared photographs and video I've taken with other YouTube creators so that they can use it in their content. So I'm absolutely open to sharing my content in other places. I'd just prefer if it was done the right way. And by the way, I'm not innocent in all this. I've actually done similar in the past when I was younger and more naive. I no longer do so, of course. There maybe is a learning curve in all this, you see. You do get another perspective when the shoe's on the other foot and it's your stuff being ripped off. So here we are in a bizarre stalemate situation. Are we going to fix the world of copyright and other issues now? No, of course not. Some people will always advocate for freebooting for some strange reason, and I'm happy to agree to disagree. What I do ask is for understanding. I ask that people are more considerate and don't just rip videos to re-upload. I just request that people ask first and respect other content creators, whether that content's a small home video or a professional production. It doesn't matter. If you see a freebooted video that you know was created by someone else, let the original creator know. It might just be their entire living. And if you do freeboot, then don't get surprised if you get caught doing so. And particularly, don't send out the villagers with their pitchforks when you do get caught out. Well, anyway, thanks for listening to me rant about this, and I'm sorry this wasn't really funnier. It's just been a strange couple of weeks. Please do feel free to like, comment, share and subscribe if you'd like to. And as I said, for more, probably better and definitely funnier info on freebooting, take a look at the other videos linked in the description. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.